We've made a lot of videos about new construction. We've told you how it's different, what pitfalls to avoid. We've told you where you can find the most affordable new construction. We've done model home tours. Heck, we've even told you why you shouldn't buy it. But one thing we've never ever done in this mess of a housing market is to tell you where you're gonna find the best possible deals. There are new construction neighborhoods in Dallas right now selling as low as 78% of their list price. On a $500,000 list price, that's like getting the home for $390,000, literally saving $110,000. Well, clearly that's a wrong we need to right. So Blake and I loaded up the car and the camera and headed off to explore the entire Metroplex with one mission: to find you the most desperate builders in Dallas. Well, hello, this is Wendy Pennell, and our mission today is a simple one. We're gonna find you an awesome deal on new construction. That actually doesn't sound all that simple. Okay, so it's really not that simple. Nonetheless, it's time for your Home in Dallas team to come through, because here's the thing, it may be that up until now you didn't think you could afford new construction. I mean, maybe you've been waiting on the sidelines thinking it was out of your reach, but with $110,000 in discounts, okay, there's a very real chance that you may be able to jump into the market. Okay, well, the first thing we did was take to the computer. We researched Denton County. We took a look at Collin County. We dove deep into Dallas and Tarrant County. We checked out the country-loving Ellis County. And of course, we couldn't skip out on sweet little Rockwall County. The first thing we wanted to figure out was which county had the most desperate builders overall, and we discovered it was Rockwall County. Their average sales price is down year over year by 0.6%. Homes are sitting on the market for an average of around 109 days. And get this, homes are selling at an average of 90% of list price. Well, it was helpful to know that about Rockwall County, but now we really took off in earnest, okay? We scouted out every suburb in all 6 counties to figure out which ones had new construction with the biggest price drops, okay? Our mission was not an easy one, all right? And there was very nearly smoke rising from our computers by the time we were done. All in all, we ended up researching over 170 suburbs, looking for the biggest price drops and the most motivated sellers in new construction. Armed with all of this information, Blake and I loaded up the car, camera in hand, and took an 8-hour trip around Dallas, okay? We checked out Denton County, Collin County, Rockwall, Dallas, Tarrant, Ellis. We drove on the highway. We drove through country roads with horses and cows on both sides. We languished in traffic jams, and we stumbled our way through gravel roads and all kinds of new construction. In the end, we toured the top 3 most motivated new construction communities in each county with the biggest price drops in all of Dallas. Our first stop was Denton County, and of all the suburbs there, the one with the most massive price drops was Aubrey. Now, homes in Aubrey are sitting on the market for 69 days, and then they're selling at an average of 91% of their list price. Okay, now to put that into perspective, if a home was listed for $500,000, builders are accepting offers for $455,000. The Dallas Morning News reports that small-town Aubrey is becoming a hub for big planned communities. In spite of all the growth and new construction, of which there is a ton, City Administrator Charles Creedler says we want to keep that small-town feel. He continues, that's why most of the residents who live in Aubrey moved here in the first place. Now, Aubrey is very small, okay? Just 3 square miles and a population of around 5,800. Niche.com gives them an overall B rating with a school rating of an A-. Now, Aubrey's not going to be a great choice, okay, if you're commuting to downtown Dallas, okay, because that would be like close to an hour-and-a-half commute. But that being said, if you were commuting like to Frisco, okay, you'd be talking about a 40-minute commute. And you'll hear a lot of people referring to Frisco as the new downtown Dallas because it has a ton of jobs. So if it so happens that your job is in Frisco, Aubrey could be a great fit for you. And get this, comparing Frisco to Aubrey, the cost of living is like 20% less. A really nice perk about Aubrey is you're only 10 minutes to Lake Ray Roberts. So if you like the idea of a rural, small town feel, but you also want, new construction, and by the way, you want it at a fabulous price too, Aubrey could be a great fit for you. Now, new construction communities you're going to want to check out are their Silverado, Aubrey Creek Estates, Aspen Meadows, and Arrowbrook subdivisions. Of all four, folks at Arrowbrook were getting the best deals, okay? Homes were selling as low as 87% of their list price. Now, as of right now, there are 14 homes listed for sale in Arrowbrook, ranging in price from $486,000 to $615,000. Our next stop was Collin County, where we checked in on Celina. Homes in Celina are staying on the market for an average of 93 days before they're selling at an average of 89% of their list price. Okay, that would be a $500,000 home selling for $445,000. Now, Celina is a whole different animal compared to Aubrey. It's 27 square miles, okay, and it is absolutely exploding in growth, okay? World Population Review reports a low population density of 714 people per square mile right now, okay? But it is not going to stay that way. The Dallas Morning News reports that Celina's population has almost quadrupled since 2010. They explain that the key to Celina's rapid growth has been connectivity, with Preston Road running through the city in addition to the tollway. In fact, okay, get this, between 2022 and 2026, the Celina Economic Development Corps expects the population just within the city limits to grow from around 30,000 to almost 54,000 residents. They go on to explain that at full build out, it's estimated that Celina will have a population of around 380,000. Now, there's a few different ways, okay, that you can look at this. Now, Celina is obviously, it's a fantastic place to view your home as an investment, okay? Knowing people are going to be pouring into the area, right? There's going to be plenty of demand, so prices are going to go up. So when you look at it from the standpoint of guaranteed future demand and, okay, new construction homes selling at 89% of list price, okay, this becomes a complete no-brainer. Now, one caution I do want to give to you, though. The perspective you need to have with Celina is that what you see is not what you keep. Loving a small town feel or country charm is not a good reason to move to Celina because it's not going to stay that way. But if you're okay with a rapidly growing city, man, Celina is a great choice. Now, niche.com gives Celina an overall rating of an A- with a school rating of an A. Celina is another suburb that would be a great commute if you worked in Frisco, okay? You'd be talking about anywhere from like a 25 to 30, somewhere around there minute commute. Commuting to Dallas would set you back by about an hour and a half one way, okay? So Celina is, again, probably not gonna be a great fit if you work like in downtown Dallas. Now, subdivisions you don't wanna miss in Celina, okay, are Cambridge Crossing, Mustang Lakes, and Liliana. All right, now grab a pencil and write this down, okay, because I'm about to blow you away, all right? In terms of where you're gonna get the best new construction deal in Celina, okay, you ready? Homes in the Liliana subdivision are selling as low as 80% of their list price. Okay, that's the equivalent of buying a $500,000 home for $400,000, okay? We're talking about a full $100,000 discount walking in the door. Well, next up, we headed southeast to Rockwall County, where we stopped off at Fate. Now, after an average of 98 days on the market, new construction homes are selling at an astounding 89% of list price. Okay, Fate is just 11 square miles, so it's closer in size to Aubrey. Maria Halkias with the Dallas Morning News describes Fate as a town which had just 600 residents in 2000 and now has more than 20,000. Assistant City Manager Justin Weiss describes how Fate is planning carefully for city growth. He says the way we grow is more important then that we grow. Niche.com gives Fate an overall rating of an A with a school rating also of an A. Now, commuting to downtown Dallas is doable in Fate, okay? You'd be talking about like a 40 to 45 minute commute, but you would have to be mindful that you are gonna have to cross the lake every day. Now, Fate has a nice small town feel, and it's only 15 minutes to Lake Ray Hubbard. Now, in Fate, you don't wanna miss their Williamsburg, Edgewater, and Wood Creek subdivisions. Of the three, you're gonna get your very best deal at Edgewater, where homes are selling as low as 82% of list price. Next, we headed southwest into Dallas County, where we stopped at Mesquite. Here we saw that after 115 days on the market, homes are selling at an average of 86% of list price. Now, to give you a little perspective, of the 191 homes currently listed for sale in Mesquite, 53 are new construction and 128 were built in 2000 or earlier. Okay, so in Mesquite, you have a mostly established suburb that's having like a not so little growth spurt. In fact, just last week, the Dallas Morning News reported on yet another new construction project in the works. Mitchell Parton reported that another new master plan community is set to bring thousands of homes to Mesquite. So what we find in Mesquite, okay, we find older, we find established and older shopping and homes, but we also see this new construction, okay, bringing in some new life. So now Mesquite, okay, it's not going to have like the excitement and sparkle of a rapidly growing suburb. It doesn't have really like new shopping, but what it really has is location, okay? It's only like 20 minutes from downtown Dallas. Plus, Mesquite has new construction as low as $299,000. Niche.com gives Mesquite an overall rating of a B with a school rating also of a B. So you've got that fantastic location of being close to downtown Dallas, but you're also pretty close to Lake Ray Hubbard too, okay? It's about like it's anywhere like around a 20-minute commute depending on traffic. So Mesquite does have plenty of shopping, plenty of restaurants, and even retail. It's just you have to know that that part of Mesquite is on the older side. Okay, now Mesquite is also more densely populated. And if you think about it, so far we've looked at suburbs that are further out and smaller, but that isn't the case with Mesquite, okay? You're gonna get more of an urban feel, okay, within Mesquite. Now, new construction communities you're gonna wanna check out are Hagen Hill, Ridge Ranch, and Iron Horse Village. You're gonna find your very best deal in Iron Horse Village, where homes are selling for as low as 88.5% of the list price. And that's also the place where you're gonna find new construction under $300,000. From Mesquite, we headed due west and then directly south into Ellis County, where we stopped at Waxahachie. Now, here we found homes sitting on the market for 117 days and selling at 91% of list price. Now, Waxahachie is similar to Mesquite in that it has plenty of mature and established built into it. In fact, the Ellis County Historic Town Square and Courthouse are here. The vibe in Waxahachie, it's a combination of like relaxed country and new and shiny, okay, if it makes sense combining that. There are plenty of opportunities for acreage as well as new construction. As Natalie Walters reports, the county seat of Ellis County has experienced the Texas boom, with its population nearly doubling since 2000 to 41,140. Now, City Manager Michael Scott reports that the population growth has been beyond what we've ever experienced before. Niche.com gives Waxahachie an overall rating of an A- with a school rating also of an A-. Waxahachie is quite doable as a commute to downtown Dallas, okay? It's around 35 minutes during rush hour. It's a straight shot up I-35, which is convenient from the standpoint that it's just one highway and that it's not a tollway, but it's inconvenient to the extent that there can be a lot of trucks on I-35. There's a ton of new construction to support all the population growth, right? Scott states we're issuing more and more building permits than we ever have before. So Waxahachie has plenty of new construction they're going to want to check out, right? But while you're doing that, okay, don't miss their North Grove and Buffalo Ridge subdivisions. North Grove is massive, okay, with multiple different subsections. You have the Oaks at North Grove, Estates at North Grove, Enclave, Haven, Oasis, okay, all of those are North Grove, okay, so you definitely want to check those out. Also, you will get your very best deal at North Grove too, okay, because some homes sold as low as 78% of list price, okay? So on a $500,000 home, that's like buying it for $390,000. And finally, we wrapped up our tour in Tarrant County where we stopped in at Mansfield. After sitting on the market for an average of 110 days, new construction homes are selling on an average of 89% of list price. Now, Mansfield is another suburb that has old and established, but also has tons and tons of new and shiny. Niche.com gives Mansfield an overall rating of an A, with a school rating also of an A. Mansfield is quite doable as a commute to downtown Fort Worth, okay? It's around a 30 to 35 minute drive, just kind of depending on traffic. Also, Mansfield has a lot of new retail popping up, giving it a nice new feel. It's a mix of old and new, just like Waxahachie. All right, new construction wise, there's several subdivisions you don't want to miss, okay? Including Sunset Crossing, Triple Diamond, South Point, and M3 Ranch. Okay, now M3 Ranch itself is massive. In fact, M3 Ranch made the news. Mitchell Parton reported that work is underway on the next phase of an upscale community that will bring about 1,570 homes to southern Mansfield. He's talking about M3 Ranch, right? Where the entire master planned community spans across 750 acres. Ben Lutke describes Mansfield as having a small town feel with the amenities of a larger town. Parton describes Mansfield as an affluent community for Dallas-Fort Worth commuters. Okay, both of those sound fantastic, as does the possibility of paying 89% of list price. Of the communities I mentioned above, you're gonna find your best deal at M3 Ranch, okay? New construction homes have sold as low as 86% of their list price in M3 Ranch. In all these comparisons, one thing we didn't focus on was affordability, okay? We focused on desperate builders and pinpointing the neighborhoods where you can negotiate the best possible deal, but we didn't really talk about where you can find the most affordable price. Well, lucky for you, we made a whole separate video on affordable new construction that you can find right here. In the meantime, Wendy out.